So hi, it's me, Denny Daniel of the Museum of Interesting Things at the hologram secret speakeasy, doing our second box opening. So I've got all these packages over here for these guys to open up. So I'm going to mix them up like a 40-second street show game. This is my absolutely terrible mixing. Are you all confused?
Yes.
Good, otherwise I'd have to do this forever. So go ahead, pick a package, any package.
Should we start opening?
Yeah, oh yeah, start. How much film do you think I got in that thing?
Let's see. Okie dokie.
Otherwise, it's a 3-part series on PBS.
Do not bend.
Ben, a lot of responsibility. Are you confused?
I am totally confused. I don't think you could bend this if you wanted to.
Don't try.
Open it, and there was more baggage inside.
I hope it's somebody with cutting to it. It does, but I don't know.
But they taped it over just to keep it interesting.
Yeah. Some of them are like Russian dolls. You open it up and there's another package. You open it up and there's another package. Everyone hearing the Mission Impossible theme in your head? You know we're all getting sued for popcorn.
My favorite thing was you said, how much film do you think I have? That thing doesn't do film.
Oh my gosh. We're making brass rubbings, and it is brass rubbings of William Shakespeare.
Oh my God, that's so perfect for you.
Yes, it is. I always get.
You really did. So Malka also writes for a lot of great magazines about theater. And ironically, she opened up, yeah, this is for rubbing. So it's for people that go and like, they'll go and they'll take a sheet of paper and they'll go to like the subway grate or something, you know. So this is a pre-made, you know, thing. You can do a rubbing of William Shakespeare. I can't believe that. That's so perfect.
It always happens.
If you were alive during Shakespeare's time, you would have been reviewing them.
I have a Superman comic book.
Oh, another Superman, a 3D Superman. This is a more modern
There's 3D
one.
glasses inside too.
Oh, is it? Oh, excellent.
Like right under the one.
So there is a 3D comic book, and then for the camera, say your name. I know you
Yeah.
said it before.
Sri Devi.
And she is pretty much part of the family here because all of her relatives are doing the door, the bar, her mom does the cooking. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Basically, I should put myself up for adoption. Her mom made as much food for me as my mom.
That's all.
Oh my God, this is perfect for you. This is, what's your name? Matthew. If you were alive in the late 1800s, Matthew, this is what you would be using to learn in school. This is what your teachers would be showing you. These are like spelling bee and everything. These are stereoscopes for kids in school. This is part of my back to school show. That is so funny that you opened that up. The coincidence is unmistakable. Oh, and the packaging, keep together with it, so that way later on I know what I'm doing.
And I've got Puppetoons.
Oh, wow, the Puppetoon magazine. That is so cool. So the Puppetoons are George Pal Puppetoons, and there was actually a magazine for that too. So I finally picked up the historic magazines for that. That's really cool. And Puppetoons were movies that used multiple puppets.
Puppetoons tonight, didn't you?
What?
Didn't you get another Puppetoons?
No, we picked up a lot of 3D magazines, but not Puppetoons. Oh, and for the camera, say your name.
Hi, Diana, and I opened up the Puppetoons.
Yes, and Diana, during our suffragette show, often shows up as a suffragette. In fact, she shows up in character almost every time.
Alright, so I opened up the package of, it's a stamp collection. It has a variety of stamps from Sesame Street, Woodstock, the Moon Landing, and then Mr. Rogers.
Wow, that's a really cool package. So these are obviously not historic, these are new, but I'm adding them to the museum. So I added the original Woodstock stamps, and I tend to get like 2 of everything. The Mr. Rogers.
That's great. I want those Sesame Street.
The Moon Landing. That's like the mother load of cool stamps. Wow. Oh, and what's your name?
Oh, Julian?
Julian, when this is displayed in our Museum of Interesting Things, you'll be the proud person to say, I opened that before Denny did. How often do you get to say that?
Okay.
Oh my God, this is perfect for you.
Magic lanterns.
This is exactly what you would have been doing. So these are old magazines describing how magic lanterns worked. And I believe there might be even camera obscura in here, but there's definitely magic lanterns and different photography stuff going on. Oh, this is also part of it, the camera obscura. And for the camera, say your name.
Oh, cool.
He did, you know, the Northern Lights? So he did an amazing 3D film on the Northern Lights using, and to do that, he had to have a camera on one side of this, and another camera miles away on the other side, and coordinate so that it worked, because you have to get the 3D effect. But because it's so huge, he coordinated that. Now, fortunately, it's a remote location in the world, so that nobody in New York, somebody would have grabbed that camera and ran off with it. But fortunately, he was in a place where there was nobody. But it's probably some of the best footage I've ever seen in my life. We've shot it multiple times at our 3D Association meetings. But maybe we'll show it over here. I think we should show it here.
Yes.
Okay, so when we do one of the Back to the Futures, we should have showed it tonight. Okay, so your book. And what did you pick
It's
up?
a video camera.
Oh, this is the Xap Shot camera, which were these video cameras, but they were video disc cameras. This is kind of this weird, transition period between analog and digital. So this is when you actually took a little floppy disk and put it inside your camera. I have one of these cameras, and I have a package of the floppy disks, and I just didn't have the original booklet. So now we have oh my God, that's cool.
Is that a still camera or a video camera?
So it was kind of stiletto, because it was kind of taking a series, well, what is moving image anyway, a series of stills, but this one did it in a kind of weird way. So it was kind of early video. Very, very cool. I had heard about this, and so I picked it up for the museum because I love those transitional items between stuff. Oh, and this is Oliver, who is a great everything, writer,
It's true, I am a
performer.
great everything.
He's a great everything. And in fact, tonight we also, I found out he has some writing stuff that he's been reciting places. So he's probably going to do the Doomsday show with us, because Oliver is very good at Doomsday.
I am.
I know that sounds great.
No, I am really good at Doomsday.
Wow. You know what this is, because I think you've seen this before. These are original catalogs for magic lanterns, gotten to me by the family that owned like one of these pharmacy, drugstore, everything shops back 100 years ago. His grandfather, I believe. And they used to sell magic lantern presentations. And so he, after magic lanterns went out of favor, he kept an entire sealed box in his basement, his grandpa. And he found that box, and slowly, I'm buying the contents of that box, piece by piece, because I just think it's amazing, but I don't have the budget to get the entire box, and I'm always worried that someday he'll like lose it, something will happen to him, I'll lose touch with him or something. But slowly, I'm trying to buy all of them. And I notice here that he's actually added something I've never seen before that I'm not even sure that I even paid for. But this is an extra piece here. The Bausch & Lomb Belopticons. Belopticons are magic lanterns. They also come in stereo. I have one of these. I have the very rare stereo one. I got it from my friends on Science Channel, Oddities and Obscura. They're very old friends of mine. I've been on that show several times, and he got me one of those. So now I have the advertisement for it. Magic lanterns are projectors that used glass slides, and you read from the booklets. These are catalogs. PowerPoint did not invent the PowerPoint presentation. These are the first PowerPoint presentations. This is a catalog of PowerPoint presentations, magic lantern presentations. And it's got 3 columns. And every line is a different presentation. PowerPoint did not invent this. There were thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Just in this catalog, there's hundreds. My favorite of the catalogs, you're going to freak out, Oliver. Read that to everyone. What is that a catalog of?
Oh, list of slides used in secret societies. That is my favorite.
A catalog of magic lantern presentations on secret societies.
Yeah.
Every page here is a presentation on secret societies that came in a catalog. And I like to think to myself, how secret could they possibly have been
Exactly.
if they basically came in the Sears catalog?
Right. Right.
Yeah, you gotta love this. And this is my third copy of this. I think it's
Oh,
so
really?
funny. Yeah, the guy, like I said, his daddy sold them, and he had a box full of them, and I'm buying them one by one. But that is the funniest thing.
That is
And coincidentally, the next film that we're going to play is the history of magic lanterns. So you're going to learn about all these things, just like we learned about the holograms. You're going to learn what came before holograms. Oh, and what's your name for the camera?
Reka.
And she donated a camera, a Russian camera today also, which is sitting by the projectors. So thank you, and thank you everyone for the amazing edit.
Take care of the tape.